Austin, it's about time to show you how to sharpen that knife. I want you to pay attention, be careful, and we'll get her done. Now, Austin, this is a knife I'm going to send you, so we're going to start with it. Mainly because most of these knives, when you buy them new, don't have a very, very good edge on them. So you need to touch them up. Here's a sharpening stone I use for, it actually comes with my carpet tools. And I really like it. It's long, you get a good stroke. But these are hard to find. You have to go to a supply store that does carpet material to find one of these, sells the tools for carpet. But here's one you can get at Harbor Freight, some hardware stores. It's got a real coarse stone, a medium stone, and a white fine honing stone. So this is probably for you the best bet. You can start off with the medium on a new knife. Get an edge started. Make sure you get the tip good. Be real careful of your hands. Then when you get somewhat of an edge on it, then you bring it over to the fine side. This white stone is actually a hone, and it will put a smooth, finer, sharper edge. It's actually the stone you use to finish up. This is the stone you finish up with. When you think you've got a good edge on there, this is what you use. Just be real careful. Check it every once in a while, and that'll get you started. Now, Austin, I want you to watch the angle that I'm using on this blade. That's flat, okay? That's up just a little bit. That's the angle you want right there. Okay, you got flat and tilt it up just a little bit. That'll build you a nice fine edge right there. You don't want too far this way, too far flat. You want to start and just roll it up a little bit. That'll do it. I'm going to send you this knife, okay? Alright, Austin. Like I said, I'm going to send you this knife. It's a good fillet knife, about the right length for what you're going to need. It's got this little protective cover that goes on it. You want to make sure you use that. I can figure out how to do it. Okay, that's when you're not using it. It also comes with this fine hone. This is only for touch-ups. When you need a major sharpening job, you don't want to use this. It's just to touch it up, maybe in between a couple fish, or before you start, or when you get finished. And if you only use this knife on fish, you probably won't need much more than this, but I would get you a good sharpening stone. That triple one I showed you with 3 different edges is good. I'm going to send you this scaler. It's a really good quality scaler. And this is long enough to where your knuckles don't get caught up in the fins when you're sharpening. Comes with a scabbard for the knife. And that's a pair of catfish skinning pliers. They're designed to grab that skin and peel it right on back. This is good quality stuff here. I'll send that to you. Get you started on the right foot, or the left, or both. Doesn't matter, as long as you get started. Well, that's about it for now, Austin. I'll do that catfish video for you. I don't want to have to go buy a catfish, so when I catch one, I'll make the video. And I know you're waiting on it, but you're just going to have some patience here. And you take this stuff, you get started, and just take your time learning. Don't get in a hurry. You can't do everything in the first minute. It takes time to learn this stuff. You be careful, and you'll be just fine. Austin, I got a few more knives here that I want to show you how to sharpen. One of them is this Bowie knife, okay? A little big, awkward, but the point is you can sharpen it with this setup. Another one is my personal hunting knife. This is one I use for deer hunting. But check it out. And then this is my knife that my mom gave me about 40 years ago, 45 maybe. It's something I rarely use, but I do keep it in my dove hunting bag because it's a good quality knife. And we'll take a look at that one too. Now you've already seen the part about doing the fillet knife. That fillet knife I'm going to give you, but I don't want you throwing that knife. In fact, none of these kind of knives are throwing. If you want to go throw a knife at a tree, you go get you a junk knife. Don't use a good knife or a fillet knife, fishing knife for throwing. It'll just ruin them. You don't want to do that. Okay, Austin, this is my mom's hunting knife. She used it when she was deer hunting. It's already got a really good edge on it. So I'm going to just touch it up on this fine stone. Okay, remember, flat, roll it up just a little bit. Flat, and just roll it up just a little bit. Follow the contour of the blade. You want to follow that contour. Some knives get a lot of curve to them like this, and then some knives are flat, more of a straight edge. Okay, now that's got a good edge on it. So you're going to have this in with your fillet knife. You want to just bring it in there, stick it all the way through, bring it all the way back. Don't move it like this. You put the knife in there, then drag it back. See there? And then drag it back. Be careful of your fingers. You want all 5 of them on this hand when you get done. And this hand, you don't want the blood on it from this hand. So just be careful. You'll do okay. Yeah, that's enough on that knife. That knife was already sharp. Same basic routine as a fillet knife. Okay. Then we've got, this is my hunting knife. I've been using this knife about 30 years. It's kind of a Bowie style, okay? It's already got a really good edge on it. So I'm going to just go with the white stone. I don't need to grind very much steel off because it's already got a fine edge. And here we go again. We start with flat, roll it up a little bit. Flat, roll it up a little bit. Okay. You got to get that motion down perfect. You'll know when you get it because your knife will get sharp a lot faster. Put that way. Anyway, just keep it up. Get the curve of the blade too. You want to get the point, and then you get the rest of the blade. That knife was already sharp, okay? And I'm going to touch it up again here. Like I said, this here is for really fine edge after your knife is already as sharp as you can get it. And you touch it up with that. It's just for touch-ups. You don't use it to sharpen your knife. You use it to touch it up. There's a difference. Okay? Now, here's a Bowie knife. This is too big for anything other than killing a bear. And if you run into a bear and this is all you got, you'll be damn lucky to have it. You'll be surprised what this knife can do. But you do it the same way. You run it back and forth. You get flat, you roll it up a little bit. Same thing. Just be really careful. And when you go sharpening a knife, you should do it for the first few times until you get the hang of sharpening a knife. You ought to have a grown-up around, maybe grandma want to help you, show you. And but you need somebody there until you get down pat with what you're doing. But you always want to be careful. This is not a toy, it's a dangerous tool, and I call it a tool because it's what it is. You use it for certain things, and just like you would a screwdriver or a crescent wrench or an open-end wrench working on your bicycle, it's a tool. It's a knife, but it's also a tool. Cavemen wish they'd have had a tool like this. That is pretty nice right there. We're going to leave that right there. So you just take your time, do what I've showed you. Now we went through that pretty good, fella. So I'm going to be putting some stuff together to mail to you. I want to make sure you know what you're doing when you start doing it. So you watch these videos. The bath cleaning video got some good stuff in there for you. I'm still working on your catfish video. We'll get that done. Okay, and you take your time. And when you buy a knife, save up more money and get a better quality one. Don't go out with the first $10 you got and try to get something good. It ain't gonna happen. Save up some money and go for a good quality knife and ask around. Go to different places till you find the right knife. Buck makes good knife, Remington makes knives, Winchester makes knives, Ozark Mountain Trail or Ozark Trail over at Walmart's got some good ones. And I'll tell you what, you get this down pat pretty good, and I'll bet you can show your daddy how to do it. Huh? How about that one? Well, this is Uncle Don signing off on the knife for now. And I'll catch up with you later, Austin. You have a really good day. When the time comes, we'll learn about chainsaws, how to sharpen them, take care of them.